Today I'm going to demo the specialist NLP tools. Well, to start out, these are the tools, all of them, including the specialist lexicon, which is that giant dictionary, and then these are all the other tools. So, but for this demo, I'm just going to focus on one of these tools, and in that has three tools inside. So like I'm going to just focus on the lexical tools, which is this one and this one. This is how to download it, and well, for this I tried to use the web tool, but it didn't work, so that's why I have to install it and use it. These are the different tools that come with the lexical tools package, and I'm going to show you guys LVG, norm, and word ind. So in my demo, so this LVG is lexical variance generation, and it can generate, transform, and filter lexical variance from given input. So like you put in some word, like for example here, like you type in LVG, and then these are just like commands that they have, and then to show what kind of output you want. So then you type in sleep as your input, and then your output will be all these different variations of that. See, these are the meanings of those commands. And let me show you a better example. Well, the next one is norm, and that creates an abstract representation of text strings, allowing users to ignore all these different things that are added on to like words and just put it in very plain order, stripping away all these things, stop word, lowercase, making it lowercase. So it does it in this order. That's normalizing it. And then the last one, word in, used to create word indexes, and it breaks up a string into a list of lowercase words. So, for example, so yeah, these are the command line tools: LVG, word in, and norm, and then there's some others. So for LVG, its components, you put in leave, and then to inflect it, then you come out with leave, leaving, and left. So all different variations of that. So an example in the command line would be LVG-F:"I", and for the you type in leave, and then comes as the first output leave, and then it always puts your word first, your input, then it puts the other thing. These are all different codes for other words, and shows what it means in the next one. Yeah, so this is a breakdown of the output. The input term is always the first one, then the second one is the output term. Then this is the category number and inflections, flow history, flow number. Yeah, so it does stuff like this, removes all these things in a flow. So then there's parallel flows, like you can have one where it has no operation, so then its output is the same thing as input, and then another where it uninflects and makes a synonym, so that like makes three different outputs, multiple flows. Then you have other options, and yeah, so here it shows adjective plus verb is the third space, and the fourth one is space plus something. Yeah, so this code means dash sc is the category, and then dash si is the inflection. So to show those, so that's why it's showing them here. It'll show the actual word. So then the second tool is norm, and that's composed of 11 LVG flow components to strip away all these different things: case, punctuation, possessive forms, inflection, spelling variations, stop words, symbols, and puts it in alphabetical order. So like this, these are all the different codes and the steps that it does to normalize the term. So like for example, we have Hodgkin's disease, NOS, and first we do the first thing, which is map the Unicode symbols, so that keeps it the same actually. Then remove the genitives, that takes off the possessive. Then move the parenthetic plural forms, but there were none, so it just keeps it the same. Then replace the punctuation with spaces, so just gets rid of the comma. Then it takes off the stop word, which is the NOS. Then it makes both everything lowercase. Then it uninflects each word in a term, so makes them both singular. Then the citations, but there were none here. And then Unicode core normalize, and then it does the strips or maps the non-ASCII character, and then it sorts the words by alphabetical order. That's the final thing. So you can see all these different things that are done to the word, and then it becomes in the end like that. This just shows like with the meta thesaurus concept how it's related. SUI is on that. Then PUI. Okay, and then the last one is the word ind, which is a tool that breaks terms into different words, separate words. So it takes a row from the meta thesaurus table that contains a term, sentence, paragraph, story, or whatever, and breaks the text part of that row into its constituent words. So like this was broken into this, which is just each word on a different line, lowercase. So yeah, it breaks it into all the tokens. Lowercase removes like space and punctuation. And this is in the command line. You would type -F and then the number, and it defines what fields get passed. So an example is you type word in -T:7 -F:1 :6, and what it does, it puts the ending in different lines while keeping the beginning part. Okay, so there was one other thing here. These are the lexical tools. So LVG, norm, word in, That's lexical variant generator, normalized string generator, word index generator, and this is just a brief summary of what each does. So the lexical variant generator contains these commands that transform lexical terms into text, and a variety of commands such as these inflections, conjugation, word order, alphabetic case, punctuation, possessive. Then the norm program, it just normalizes, strips everything down from the word, takes off all the possessive, top words, lowercase, and capitalization, punctuation, inflections, and sorts it alphabetically, like in this example. And then the word ind, or the word index generator, indexes words by breaking a string into a unique list of lowercase words, and it defines a word as a sequence of one or more alphanumeric characters. For example, this phrase here, increased heart rate in an overweight 40-year-old man, would look like this without the bullets. And so now I can show you what I did. So I used this command prompt, and then in it I did all the different like examples that they provided, and I can just show you in the notepad because I copied and pasted. So for the first one, like I have to save the package and then retrieve it here, and then type in LVG, so that's the first tool, and then with this -f colon n -f colon I -p. So what that does is it changes all these the input into all these different outputs, and these numbers, again, they're just code for different like characters or categories or inflection. They're just like code. So then I typed, so that was the example, then I typed in lab just to see what would happen, and then came up with these. So this is using these like filters kind of. So then I got out of it and tried some other filters, and because I put -h, it came up with all the like the glossary, what each code does, and options, so all the different commands you can use. Then I did another trial with LVG, and it is this. So the second one is a different variation. So yeah, and I did another example they gave, and this just shows, instead of putting the number, it puts the actual word. So it puts what type of word it is, and the category. So like dog, type of word is noun, and the category is canine. So it does that for that. And then I did for cat, which I a lot. This is like the scientific name. And cow, pig. Well, for squirrel there was nothing, but sheep I did that. That there was one line. Horse, frog, and then I wanted to see something that wasn't an animal, so I put tree, and it came up like this. So that's the LVG. Now I'm going to show you the norm to normalize a term. So typing this in norm-p will just give you, it'll normalize just the term. Yeah, so it starts out as left, and then this is what the input is, and then the output on the right. So it just changed it in one step. Then this one, it just reversed the wording and took out the possessive and made it lowercase. Same with Hodgkin's lymphoma, Tourette syndrome. It took out the NOS and flipped it around to make it alphabetical and put it lowercase. Then myofascial pain syndrome, it just lowercase the myofascial because everything else was fine with it. Then Hodgkin's diseases, NOS, that was the example they gave. It just changed it to disease Hodgkin. Then I just did norm-h, and then that again shows just all the different commands you can use. And then lastly, word in, that's like the easiest one, which is most basic. You just put a string here, and then it'll just separate it into different lines. So like this, A, B, B, C, D, D, and then it becomes on different lines. Then I tried one string. I like HAP 459. Professor Min is the best professor ever. She's so nice and makes this class feel like a piece of cake, which it isn't, of course. I enjoy coming to class, excited to learn from such a great instructor. I wish more instructors were like Dr. Min. And then it separated it into just like one